Today's lesson is called Thomas Brody Sangster, Beyond the Boyish Charm. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff.
I'm Roger, and for this month, we're going to be talking about a celebrity, a famous person who has been in a lot of movies that you may have seen. And the person we're talking about is a young lad by the name of Thomas Brody Sangster. I guess he's got some boyish charm, but I guess his talent and skills go beyond his boyish charm.
Yes, he has been in the movies for a long time, since he was a young boy. And yes, he could turn on that charm when he was young, but now he's growing up. He has matured as a man and as an actor as well. And today and the day after today, we'll be talking all about him. So let's stop talking and let's start reading. Remember, the subject is Thomas Brody Sangster, Beyond the Boyish Charm. Let's get started right after this.
Thomas Brody Sangster, Beyond the Boyish Charm. Having appeared at the tender age of 13 in his first feature film, Love Actually, British actor Thomas Brody Sangster is no stranger to the screen. Despite winning the hearts of fans in this romantic comedy, Brody Sangster didn't consciously decide to pursue an acting career until he was 16. With his boyish looks and the clever dialogue assigned to his roles, he quickly developed a reputation for playing characters wise beyond their years.
大家好，第一部分我们看到片语 be no stranger to 加名词，表示对点点点毫不陌生。例如 Since Ellie has worked in Japan for years, he is no stranger to the business culture there. 由于 Ellie 已经在日本工作多年，他对当地的商场文化并不陌生。或是 Jared has worked as a production assistant for years, so he's no stranger to the entertainment industry. Jared 已担任制作助理好几年，所以很熟悉娱乐产业。另外，补充一个相关片语 be a stranger to something 表示经常不在而变得陌生、不亲近，像是 David is a stranger to his family. David 和他家人关系疏远。接着我们看到单字 assign 这个字是动词，指分配、指派、分派。例如 Marty has been assigned the job of welcoming new students on the first day of school. Marty 被指派在开学第一天迎接新生的工作。另外补充两个相关片语。第一 assign somebody something 表示分配某人某事物。我们可以说 The teacher didn't assign us any homework for the weekend. 老师没有指派我们任何周末作业。第二 somebody be assigned to 加名词，表示某人被指派某工作。举例来说 As a hospital nurse, Claire is often assigned to night duty. 作为一名医院护士 Claire 经常被指派上夜班。
Okay, so again, the featured celebrity for this month is Thomas Brody Sangster, and he has moved beyond his boyish charm. Of course, if something is boyish, it's like a boy. It's young and probably innocent. And charm just refers to the kind of power you have in terms of attracting the attention of other people. You could describe someone as being very charming if they know how to say the right things to you and do nice things to you or for you. Then we say that you have a lot of charm. But I guess he's moved beyond that. I'm pretty sure he's still a very polite young person, but I guess he's kind of grown up a little bit.
He's grown up and he probably can't pull off the same things as he could before when he was really young. Anyways, having appeared at the tender age of 13 in his first feature film, Love Actually was the name of this film, by the way, British actor Thomas Brody Sangster is no stranger to the screen, i.e., he has been on the movie screen multiple times. So he started out acting when he was 13, and he hasn't stopped since. He's been on the silver screen numerous times. He's no stranger to the screen.
He's familiar with it. He's comfortable as an actor. And despite winning the hearts of fans in this romantic comedy, Brody Sangster didn't consciously decide to pursue an acting career until he was 16. So despite winning the hearts of fans, even though he was very popular with fans, even though he was successful in his first film, he wasn't really interested in pursuing an acting career, at least not until later. If you pursue something, you just go after it. In this particular case, you pursue a career, you go to school, you learn the things you need to do, you get job experience, etc.
Anyways, with his boyish looks and the clever dialogue assigned to his roles, he quickly developed a reputation for playing characters wise beyond their years. So there you go. Apparently, not only did he have these boyish looks, but behind that facade, that good-looking facade, he had a boyish look, so he was kind of cute there. But he was also smart. He was always given clever dialogue. So he had the looks, but he also had the brains there to go along with the looks. He was always assigned or given clever dialogue.
Yeah, so he's a young boy, and he wasn't given lines or roles in movies where they would talk about, oh, let's go ride our bicycles down to the river and practice skipping stones, or let's play marbles, or let's go talk to some girls or something. That's kind of a childish dialogue. He actually was assigned more clever dialogue or intellectual dialogue. Hey, let's discuss the, the intellectual implications of Nietzsche's theories and things like that, or Socrates.
Let's talk about foreign policy.
There you go. Yeah, the United States doing the right thing in the Middle East or stuff like that. So he was assigned this clever dialogue. He was given those roles, and therefore he looked like he was wise beyond his years. It basically means you appear to be smarter than the average people in your age group, okay? So he had this reputation, which means that's generally how people think of you.
Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Brody Sangster's debut feature-length performance as Sam, a lovesick boy determined to win the affection of his crush, earned him nominations for a Satellite and a Young Artist Award. From there, he went on to act in various television shows and movies before landing the parts of Jojen Reed in seasons 3 and 4 of Game of Thrones and Newt in the Maze Runner films. Shockingly, before auditioning to play Reed, the star had never watched the hugely popular show.
第二部分我们看到形容词 lovesick， 意思是单相思的，像是 David's lovesick sister is obsessed with her pop singer idol. David 犯相思的姐姐迷上了他的流行歌手。再来，我们看到单字 affection， 这个字是名词，指喜爱、钟爱。举例来说 Heather has a lot of affection for her little dog Jack. Heather 非常喜爱她的小狗 Jack。另外，补充一个相关片语 a touch of affection, T-O-U-C-H, a touch of affection, 表示些微的情感。像是 Mary has a touch of affection for Stanley, and she hopes he sits next to her in class. Mary 对 Stanley 有好感，她希望他上课时可以坐他旁边。
Okay, here's our second portion of our lesson for today. Again, we're talking about Thomas Brody Sangster. So, Brody Sangster's debut feature-length performance as Sam, a lovesick boy determined to win the affection of his crush, earned him nominations for a Satellite and a Young Artist Award. So again, we're talking about his debut performance, the first time he appeared in a feature-length film. Feature-length means it's long enough to be a movie, longer than 90 minutes and about 2 hours long or so.
Longer than
in there.
70 minutes usually.
Okay, that's a feature-length movie, a feature-length performance. And in that movie, he played a lovesick boy. If you're lovesick, hey, you're in love with somebody and you're thinking about that person all the time to such a point that your life is being affected by it. So you're lovesick. When I was a kid, I had a lovesick crush on a girl in school, and I couldn't concentrate. And eventually the teacher had to talk to me and say, hey, Roger, what's wrong with you? You can't focus in class. Well, I've got a crush on this girl. So if you like somebody, you have a crush on somebody. But I guess nowadays they're using the word crush as a noun. The person that you're sweet on, the person that you really like is your crush.
And apparently, when Brody Sangster played this particular character, he did quite a good job, okay? His job earned him nominations for some awards. By the way, if you get a nomination for an award, it means you could win that award. You're in contention for that award, or you are up for that award. Now, it sounds like he didn't win these awards, but he could have, okay? He was on a short list there of people who could have won these awards. He was nominated for these awards, or he earned these nominations.
Okay, and from there, from that point in time, he went on to act in various television shows and movies before landing the parts of Jojen Reed in seasons 3 and 4 of Game of Thrones, and Newt in the Maze Runner films. So he had some major roles there, or at least he had some roles there, the parts of Jojen Reed. And then he also played Newt in the Maze Runner films. I've seen a couple of those. My daughter took me to a couple of those back in the day.
Now, shockingly, before auditioning to play Reed, the star had never watched the hugely popular show. So he auditioned for a part, but he had never seen the show. So he went in there cold. He had no idea about the backstory of this character, knew nothing about the show. Wow. And he still got the part. That's pretty cool. By the way, if you audition for a role, it's kind of like you go in there and you interview for a role. Yeah, an audition, here I'm using the word as a noun. An audition is kind of like an interview for an actor, okay? When you audition, you go into a studio, let's say, and you sit in front of people who are producing or directing a show, and you act a little bit. And they see if you're talented, they see if you can act, and they see if you're right for the role. That's what an audition is all about, or that's what auditioning is all about. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break. But don't go away. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up the first part of our article on Thomas Brody Sangster.
It's Brody Sangster's latest endeavor, however, that really has him turning heads. In a departure from his sweet schoolboy roots, he plays the arrogant Benny Watts in the Netflix series The Queen's Gambit. Brody Sangster's acting truly shines as Watts evolves from protagonist Beth's chess rival to her close friend and advisor.
第三部分，我们看到名词 endeavor 指尝试、努力。例如 climbing that mountain will be a difficult endeavor. 爬那座山会是一个困难的尝试。或是 Our endeavors to win customer loyalty have paid off. 我们努力赢得顾客的忠诚，总算有了回报。接着我们看到单字 protagonist， 这个字是名词，指故事或戏剧的主角、主演。例如 Gary was selected as the new protagonist in the school play. Gary 被选为学校话剧的新主角。最后我们看到名词 rival， 指竞争对手、敌手。例如 The two baseball teams have always been fierce rivals. 那两支棒球队是彼此最大的竞争对手。
Okay, so he continues to be a good actor, and of course, you don't always want to keep playing the same roles over and over. So recently, I guess he's tried to change his image a little bit. It's Brody Sangster's latest endeavor, however, that really has him turning heads. So yes, his latest endeavor, his latest attempt at acting, his latest project, what he has done recently has turned a lot of heads. It has kind of surprised a lot of people because he's not kind of playing the roles that he did before.
Nope. In a departure from his sweet schoolboy roots, he plays the arrogant Benny Watts in the Netflix series The Queen's Gambit. There you go, like Roger said before. He's not doing what he did before, okay? He's doing something different, okay? So here, if you're taking a departure, it means you're doing something different. So in a departure from his sweet schoolboy roots, or taking a different path away from his sweet schoolboy roots, he plays a totally different type of character, an arrogant character named Benny Watts. By the way, if you're arrogant, you really think you're something else. You're cocky. You think you are the best person in the world at everything. And yes, in this show, Benny Watts does think that he is the best chess player on planet Earth. He's a young man, but he's already written books about chess, so on and so forth. He really thinks he's something else.
Yep, he's really full of himself. He's really impressed with himself. He's really arrogant. So yeah, check that out and see what kind of role he plays. And Brody Sangster's acting truly shines as Watts evolves from protagonist Beth's chess rival to her close friend and advisor. So he evolves, he changes in this movie. He shines as Watts, and that character Watts evolves from being a rival to being a friend. Okay, so basically this sentence says that the character is the chess rival of Beth, and Beth is the protagonist. A protagonist, of course, is the main character, the person who carries the action. All of the scenes revolve around that person. So he's the rival of that person, but he goes from being her enemy to being her friend.
There you go. Beth's the hero, and first, Benny Watts is her rival. They kind of have a head-to-head kind of squabble. First, he hustles her, and then she gets the best of him. They're rivals at the beginning, but then they become friends. Okay, folks, with that, it's time for us to end today's lesson and to hear from the Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文第一部分的第二句写到 Despite winning the hearts of fans in this romantic comedy, Brody Sangster didn't consciously decide to pursue an acting career until he was 16. 尽管在这一部浪漫喜剧中虏获粉丝的心， Brody Sangster 他直到16岁才下定决心来追求演艺事业。好，这边有3个重点。第一个是 despite或者是 in spite of 是表达尽管怎么样，虽然怎么样。那要特别注意它们是介系词，后面要接名词或动名词。像我们文中是接动名词，它就说 despite winning 怎么样怎么样。好，那我们来造个例句。 In spite of the cold, they went for a walk. 尽管天气寒冷，他们还是去散步。好，那这边补充一下，如果要在 despite 或是 in spite of 后面接子句，那这时候呢，必须先接一个名词同位语，像是 the fact、the rumor, the idea 等等，然后才接 that 子句，所以它的句型就会是 despite 或是 in spite of 加上 the rumor, the fact, the idea 等等，然后再加 that 子句。我们刚刚例句就可以把它改成 Despite the fact that it was cold, they went for a walk. 然后这样的句子也就相当于 Although it was cold 或是 Though it was cold, they went for a walk.好，第二个重点是 win the heart of somebody 是表达赢得某人的心，那也可以写作 win somebody's heart。 动词 win 也常常被换作 capture 或是 steal， 像是 The singer captured the hearts of fans with her excellent performance。 那位歌手以精湛的表演虏获粉丝的心。好，那这边补充一下，如果是说 win somebody over， 则是用来表达说服某人接受什么、支持什么。那这通常是指说，那个人他原本持反对态度，然后去说服对方来改变主意、改变想法，来赢得对方支持。举例来说， I believe we can win him over with these persuasive arguments. 我认为我们可以用这些具有说服力的论点来说服他，赢得他的支持。 好，第3个重点是用 until 搭配否定句，可以表达直到什么什么才怎么样。那它的句型是主词加上助动词加上 not 再加动词，然后后面搭配 until 再加表示时间点的名词或子句。举例来说，He didn't get up until noon. 直到中午12点他才起床。好，那这时候我们这个 until 在这边是当介系词来搭配名词 noon, until noon, 直到中午。另外我们也可以把句中的这个 not until 移到句首，然后这时候主要子句里面的主词和助动词就必须倒装咯。那句型会变成 not until加上表示时间点的名词或子句，然后加上助动词加主词加动词。好，像刚刚的例句我们可以改成 Not until noon did he get up。 好，这边就是把这个 did 助动词 did 移到主词前面来形成倒装了。那么以上是这些重点整理，我们来回顾今天的单字吧。
Pursue. When she was just a teenager, Cynthia decided to pursue a career in law. Assign. The leading role in the movie was assigned to a famous actor. Reputation. The teacher has a reputation for being patient with his students. Affection. Randy has great affection for all of his grandchildren. Nomination. Eva's novel earned her a nomination for Best Young Author. Departure. James Joyce's style of writing was a departure from the literary norms. Arrogant. I didn't like her at all. She was unfriendly and arrogant. Rival. Rachel got into a long and heated argument with her rival.
Well, everyone, today's article has come to an end, and I sure hope you guys enjoyed reading and learning along with us. I am Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.